World
What
Baseball.
up? What up? What up? Off
Yo,
the Base Podcast. What's good? What's good? We are live. We are live. We are live. We are back. We got that good baseball talk. Before we start, let's play this real quick. What up? What up? What up? Welcome to Off the Bases Podcast. With me, June Pierre. I got my guy Jay. Jay was good.
Bro.
Oh, okay. Got Joseph back in the building.
what up? What up?
What up? What up?
What up?
We were supposed to do a show last week, but we didn't do it. We felt that it was better to do it this week, going into the second half of the baseball season. So, and right after the All-Star game. So we had picked it this week to do the show. So that's why we are here tonight. I want to thank, Sand Sports Network for having us, like they do every other week. Follow Sand Sports Network. We're doing big things over there. So follow us on there. That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. So we got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, we're gonna talk about the All-Star game. That's the last thing we seen from last night, the All-Star game. And the American League once again pulling it off. What is it, 9 straight now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, something like that.
9 straight over the NL. And pretty much took two bombs from your boy Jay, Giancarlo. How you say it in the chat? Giancarlo.
No.
With
Formerly
that
known as Michael.
with that exclamation points. And Buxton and back-to-back home runs. And that's pretty much all the American League needed to seal this game, to take this, extend the winning streak over the NL to 9 games. So what caught y'all eye last night from the All-Star game? Which talent that you saw last night caught y'all eye? Starting with you, Jay.
I would say for me, it's just the typical. It's the All-Star game, so it's. I just like to see the camaraderie, just everybody out having fun. It's the fall. The Midsummer Classic is always just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Especially the seeing a Yankee win MVP, my Yankee win MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super excited about that.
And his hometown.
Yeah, hometown play. But did you see that first shot he hit? Jesus.
Yeah. Yo, dude be really putting emphasis in those hits, man. He really do, yo. Man, he said that where he hit the home run at, it was the exact spot that him and his dad used to go watch the games at. When he lived out in LA, man. So shout out to Stanton, man, for winning that MVP last night. They go your boy right there. You know, so shout out to him. But the thing, Joseph. Oh, what other thing, bright spots you got from the game last night?
The pitching really on both sides. I thought the pitching was great. That inning by Manoah was sick. I think, and I gotta say, I love the mic, having them mic'd up.
Oh yeah,
having Nesta and Trevino, that conversation back and forth, and then talking to Manoah while he's pitching. Like
he said, "Don't Soto me."
Exactly. I thought it was funny because Smoltz told him to throw a slider. I believe it was McNeil at the plate, and the pitch Smoltz told him to pitch hit him in the foot. So now you got Mets fans pissed off at Smoltz, which just adds to it. It was great. I had a lot of fun last night with it. I love that it doesn't count for anything.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of the pressure off and makes it more fun. The only thing I wish was that it was going to be a tie and we had home run derby.
Oh, yes. I was definitely about to mention that, Joe. I was definitely about to mention. I thought we was heading towards that. When I saw the score was staying 3-2. I'm like, oh man. Only if the NL could get one more run in, it'll definitely be interesting to see a home run derby, to see who win the All-Star game.
It was also good to see all the love for Albert Pujols, man.
And Miggy.
Just really,
and Miggy too.
Man. And Miggy, Just really thinking back, like, yo, first off, I know I'm getting old because they had put a stat saying like the date he was drafted, and I'm looking like, and they said like that was the year Bo Bichette was born. I'm like, wait, and I know I watched damn near most of his career, so I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. That's how old my man. How long he been in the game too, man.
Yeah.
Wrecking havoc, man. So what I also liked it too, and Jay, you probably agree with me too on this one. Joe mentioned the mic'd up part, but the best mic'd up part was when Nestor Cortez was speaking to Trevino, and the communication that we don't see in the daily basis. Well, we see it, but you don't hear back and forth, and because you always see communications with, it's always eye contact. Well, you the catcher, the eye contact with a glove when you want the pitch at and everything, and how they were talking, communicating. It was just, I find that really dope, man, to watch, man. Definitely.
And it was good, and it's also good hearing Trevino because it's his first time All-Star. He was like he sounded like a kid, like he was just like, yo, I can't, like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm an All-Star.
When I think right before he hit, he said, I couldn't believe I'm an All-Star.
Yeah.
Up to that effect.
So, definitely, man. It was good to watch. I'll definitely watch it. You know who also caught my eye? And you see, because we so used to being in the New York area and we watching that teams a lot. That closer for Cleveland.
Classic.
Oh my God.
Classic, yeah.
Like I'm not used to watching Cleveland Guardian games and watching that too. But I'm like, whoa, where he come from?
He was. I think he was part of the Kluber trade.
Oh, okay.
Trade up to Texas.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he was the guy that got one of the guys he got back in that. I'm almost positive.
Getting return on the investment.
Yeah.
He
was good.
The only thing I will say though is I'm real upset that the viewership was so low last night. It took a significant decrease.
Oh wow.
But I thought it was great. I thought it was a great presentation last night. I thought there was a lot of fanfare.
Yeah.
Now I know part of it is it's on a Tuesday night.
I'm about to say, it's Tuesday night. It's usually, what I'm saying, it's like Monday or Sunday, but being that it's Tuesday, middle of the week.
Yeah,
and it's the summer too. So
Yeah.
If there was a way for baseball to make it like a Saturday Sunday thing, I think that would help it a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, I would. I always felt like the home run derby and the celebrity softball should be Saturday,
Mhm.
and the All Star game should be on Sunday.
Well, the celebrities was Saturday. They did the
I
celebrities
mean,
after the
yeah, but I'm talking.
Futures
Futures
game
game.
Yeah,
because I
Yeah.
watched both of them live, and I love. See, I wish they showed more of that. They put it on. They had the whole thing on YouTube finally this year, so
Mhm.
you actually see the whole thing. When you watch it on ESPN every year, it's all cut up and you miss stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched it. Did you see Bryan Cranston?
yeah. Throw gum at the
He looked like Santa Claus, man.
bro. That picture's inside, man.
Yeah.
that was
I had fun watching that too, man. And then
yeah, it was
they
good.
brought out
yeah.
Poppy and Guerrero. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hey yo,
Baseball
JoJo
needs that
Siwa's energy is unmatched. I don't
Dude,
know
like-
what that little 19-year-old girl drinks in the morning. Jeez,
She
oh
was-
man,
yeah,
she's a
she-
pinball.
Hey, I was happy for her. She got that hit. She was excited. I
Yeah,
can't be mad at that.
My man E was good. He said, "Yo, last night proved baseball is heading in the right direction," and he said, "Makes sense, fellas." I think we talk about moving the All-Star game to a weekend, making a weekend thing, so to pull some more viewers. So, yeah, man. Before the All-Star game, man, we had the home run derby. Juan Soto pulled it off, winning the home run derby. And actually, a lot of people were saying that he's gonna win it too. Even though I was going for my man, the polar bear, to go for the 3P. But Juan
I knew that
Soto,
wasn't happening.
yeah, Juan
He
Soto,
was-
he just did enough, man, to win it, man. Especially what he's been going through the past couple of weeks with the trade talks, which you're gonna get to in a minute. But
That's who I picked. I picked Soto.
yeah.
You know what? I picked Kyle Schwarber, and he got bounced in the first round. I
First
was
round.
so upset.
All right, so I don't know about y'all. I think he threw it for Pujols.
You think so?
You think so?
That's
Maybe.
what I was thinking when I watched it. And
Maybe.
and you know what? Schwarber's a good enough guy to do that for Pujols. Like, I feel like he was doing him a solid.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm cool with it. I picked Juan Soto to win, so
Right.
I'm all right with it. But because we were talking, I think last episode we were talking about him struggling at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Because like his last week, he won play of the week, was batting like 400. His average went up from 210 to 250 at the break. Like, he's on a tear right now at the perfect time.
Especially,
Well, I mean, it's perfect for the Nationals. They get some kind of return.
Yeah, chill. Yeah, I don't need him. Y'all don't need him. Even though y'all had the players to make the trade for him, y'all do not need him. But talking about that home run derby though, man, the player that called J-Rod. Oh man,
yeah.
Julio.
Yo, 30. What?
Performance for an ages, man. Performance for the ages.
And the confidence that this young kid has, man, is out the roof, man. Like, he just flowing, man, for his first home run derby, and he just got star.
Oh yeah, he's the next big star, and it's good for the league. I mean, I hate to say it like this.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks good English. It's great for the league to have somebody like him.
And I hear what the Mariners did for him. Before they moved him up to the big leagues. They got him. It was one of the agreements to help him. With the English barrier part of it, and now, man, this kid just been raking, man. Before this home run derby, he was playing well. So, oh man, like, he definitely caught my eye in this home run derby competition, man. And
because think about it, even though Soto won, everybody was talking about Rodriguez.
It
reminds me of 2008 when Hamilton went on that crazy round, but he didn't win. Does anybody even know who won it? Do you guys even know who won?
Who won it that year?
Justin Morneau.
It was Morneau.
Yeah, so nobody. That's what I'm saying. When in years down the road, They're only going to remember
No,
Julio.
but you remember he was the feel good story.
Yeah.
Time, from coming back where he was coming back from his
yeah,
was it drug addiction?
He was addicted to
drug
drugs.
problem.
Yeah. He was the feel good story. So of course, the attention was going to be on him. During that home run derby. Talking about Julio Rodriguez, we're gonna go into some couple of teams that was hot before the break. Let's see. And that's why I tell people watch our show.
Good job, Stacks.
Watch our show because on the first show we had of Off the Base podcast, and we said one of the teams to look out for was
the Seattle Mariners.
The Seattle Mariners. And I don't know. Were we even talking about Julio Rodriguez as one of the players?
No, we were talking about.
Well, what happened was it was right. I think it was the same day they said he was going to make the team.
Okay.
Yes, because I think I don't know if it was Stacks or you. Mm-hmm. We're talking about he's going to make a big impact because we're talking about the top prospects.
Mm-hmm. That was me.
And it's like they got
what? Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
The thing with them, it's like. I'm a big Ty France guy. I said he was like the most underrated player in the league.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you quote me on that first episode. I said he's like the most underrated, and it pissed me off that he didn't get voted an All-Star till the last freaking day.
Yeah.
Because that dude was an All-Star from day one. Don't give me Luis Ariz. He made it at a position he doesn't even normally play, and it pissed me off. But you know what? I'm happy for the Mariners. Mm-hmm. That fan base needs that
definitely.
And I'll tell you what, that kid Logan Gilbert is going to be a stud. That pitcher,
he's
going to be a stud.
Yes, he is. But what I was saying was that they're young. They did it the right way. They developed their talent, and it's like I'm like once they put it all together, and I knew it. I'm like, all right. Best case scenario, they start putting it together about mid-season. Worst case, next season. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, they're just putting it together now, and I'm looking like these. Man, these kids they're balling.
They gotta thank the Reds. They should thank the Reds.
The Reds,
Suarez and Winker.
Yeah,
that's two big people in their lineup they got from them.
And don't forget the trade that they made a couple of weeks ago, who has been helping them big time.
What's it up to?
Carlos Santana.
Oh, Santana, yeah.
In that middle of that lineup. And that middle of that lineup has been helping them.
Well, he's a professional.
Yeah, he's a professional hitter. Yeah. You know who's the player that's missing? And I don't know if y'all had any updates about him. And we was talking about him when we was talking about the Seattle Mariners. The kid,
Kelenic.
How he's doing down there? I know he got the demoted down there. How he's doing? Is he injured? I don't even see him on.
No, he just wasn't effective. So, they got guys who honestly are better than him right now at the big leagues. I mean, I hate to put the guy on blast like that, but he's overhyped. He's one of those overhyped prospects. Mm-hmm. You know how New Yorkers are. They hype up every single prospect.
Yeah.
Now, remember how everybody was talking about, the Mets lost that trade? They traded for Kelenic.
Yeah.
Well, not so fast.
Nah.
Edwin Diaz then turned around. But Kelenic's been all right at, AAA. It's just now it's just not really a spot for him.
Yeah. So
I mean, he's batting .294 down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just,
exactly like, Bo, you're going to bring him up to what? You know what I'm saying?
On the bench. Give him regular at bats.
Mm-hmm. So Seattle is definitely one of the hottest teams going into the break. 14 wins. They still 8-9 games behind the Astros, but they definitely have some games against
the Astros play each other.
In the second half. So they gotta play each other. So, it's definitely gonna be interesting. All right. So if I don't mention this team, I'm gonna get fired by the guy that run this network, DJ.
Is it the Orioles?
It's the Orioles.
About the Orioles.
I saw this. I heard about this.
And remember last week, we were supposed to do the show last week. That's when they was on their winning streak last week. And when I told him we canceled the show, he's like, "Ain't that a bitch?"
He can blame me for the end of the streak. I was at the game where it ended.
Oh, you was. Oh, definitely was.
I was there. So.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, y'all want to cancel it when my boys is on the streak?" And
Look, good thing
we
is
gotta
the
mention them.
Orioles are showing that they're doing well. You know, they can string together wins. But the bad news is Big Brother's still in the conference.
Yeah, but they can still pass the two of them that are ahead of them.
Yeah,
to make a wild card. They can make a run.
They can make a run. They definitely can.
If they make a move.
They make a wild card and play who? The Mariners or Houston, possibly.
But to give those now, I know what you're saying, but to give those kids experience, that's a big deal. I mean, think about it. Rutschman hasn't made the playoffs before. Mullins hasn't made the playoffs before. Mountcastle hasn't this. That's positive experience for these guys, and now Rutschman's starting to hit.
Yeah.
Remember what I said when we talked about him getting called up? That dude can rate. I remember the Teixeira comment. I live by that. That dude.
You did make the Teixeira.
You did. But not just that. He's a good catcher in general. He calls a good game. He's got a decent arm. I mean, I'm sure they're going to work with him more at blocking the balls, but he's a good player. I've watched him twice in the last month live.
Yeah, everything that's really bad with him is really teachable. I don't even want to say it's bad. Everything that he needs to work on is teachable.
No, it's just he's so good as a hitter, and he's a good catcher. Like, he's definitely an above-average catcher, but he can make that jump to the next step. You get a veteran backup behind him, he's going to teach him something. So, maybe next year they pick up I don't know. There's guys out there we could name 100 guys, but somebody with experience, like a future manager type guy, to be on the team to take him under his wing, that can only help them. And I'll tell you what, going to Camden Yards, it's a big deal. They put the fences back in left field. The fans might hate it, but it has saved them so many runs this year. They might be able to get pitching to go there now.
Yeah. So I know I mentioned them a couple of weeks ago on the show. Watch out for them. I mentioned them in the Pirates. Because they were young. They're a young team. And
you go with the P word.
The Pirates, Jay don't like the Pirates, boy. So first half season recap. So what teams other than the New York teams, we're gonna talk about our teams towards the end of the show. But what teams, players, that really caught your eye in the first half of the season?
Joe, you want to take this one?
All right. So I thought I was expecting more from the White Sox.
Yeah.
They disappointed me. I know they're injured, but man, they should be killing this division. Now, saying that the same division, Cleveland is unexpected, playing well.
Yeah.
And I feel like Minnesota's going to come back to earth. That might be a nice 3-team race to finish the season.
Only 3 games separated.
That's what I'm saying. And they play. I'm pretty sure they play each other a lot. I know the White Sox have some key games coming up after the break. I think they play both of them. I think they play the Tigers too, so they can make up some ground quick. So, the White Sox are probably my most disappointing team. And, I mean, we talked about the Mariners. It's got to be the biggest surprise. Also, Texas, those guys not panning out.
They're not. And they paid a lot of money.
But they have played better, but they didn't give them the production from the start. And, well, I guess I'll say the Braves because how bad they started. Now they're starting to come back. How about Acuna blowing out his knee and he's got 20 stolen bases at the break and didn't even start the season?
Yeah. That's the kind of stud he is, man.
Is it about that time, June?
Nah, it's not.
Even though
they're too good of a team.
That was a good job by us taking that serious for them. But yeah, they coming though. They coming. That Riley kid, Austin Riley.
Yeah. Nah, but Stack's boy, the center fielder.
Oh yeah.
Michael Harris.
Yeah, that kid's the goods, man.
I told you. I told you.
Now we were talking
said
about
it.
it. We were talking about it before. That kid's the goods.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm
You know
looking
what
at this
he
kid
remi-
like
You know what he
Who's
reminds
he?
me of? Because he came from the same team, a better version of Jason Hayward. Because he's faster, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing with Hayward, he came in like a bat out of hell and then fell off. But I think this kid's got staying cap power because of the speed, and he seems like a disciplined enough hitter.
Hey,
Yo.
and you know what's interesting about it too? They keep him. They ain't putting no pressure on him or nothing. They keeping him at that 9 hole, right there at the bottom of that lineup. It's like he's like a what you call it? Not opener, a leadoff hitter for them. He's like a leadoff hitter, but they just got him at that 9 hole.
Nah, but it's good because the only time the leadoff batter usually hits is the first batter of the game.
Yeah.
So it gives them nice turnover in the lineup. You know,
definitely do that.
When Brett Gardner came up, he was that for the Yankees. He was the fast ninth hitter.
So yeah, I definitely agree.
When you're batting ninth, and this is just insight, when you're placed ninth, a lot of players see it as like disrespect, but it's really not, because when you're batting ninth, 9 times out of 10 in the 8th, 9th inning, that last at bat is going to be you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't. Everybody consider, oh yeah, that's a banjo hitter. It's really not, bro. Like people want to say, okay, you know, the top hitters are 1 through 4 or 1 through 5, and it's like no, okay, well after say batter 1 strikes out, batter 2 hits a single, batter 3 strikes out. You know what I'm saying? So now by the time they get to you, you're either in the middle of a rally or you can start one at that 9 batter. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, and I don't know what the percentage is, but most of the time when that 9 batter gets on base, your odds of scoring in that inning go up tremendously.
Well, yeah, because you got table setters now on after.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got professional hitters because you got the leadoff man, who usually is somebody who'll work the count, usually gets on base with a walk, or you got somebody who's a nice slap hitter, and then usually your second hole hitter is your best hitter.
Yeah.
I think that started with Joey Votto a few years ago. I think that was the ones who really started that, best hitter being second.
Yeah. So, any teams that caught your eye in the first half of the season on stats?
For me,
players? I know you talk about we talked about Michael Harris already.
For me, it's the race between St. Louis and Milwaukee. These guys are swatting. These guys they're going at it. You know, like I said, I've been all in on St. Louis. Like
you called it.
I said St. Louis hangs around.
Yo,
I
feel Stacks. I feel like every year is a player that come up in a farm system and just fit in, or what they do in St. Louis. A couple of years ago, it was Tyler O'Neill. You got Bader. Now this year you got this kid Gorman that came out of nowhere. Donovan. They always get these type of players that fit with the Cardinals.
And they got more coming.
Did you see
the Futures game? Walker? That dude's coming up too, man.
I'm telling you, St. Louis as an organization is top class. Like they need to be mentioned with the Red Sox and the Yankees, like as far as putting together wins in history. Yeah. St. Louis has always been there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they've never really said, oh, okay, well, St. Louis, there was never a maybe next year was St. Louis. St. Louis has always been consistently good. Yeah. They're like the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? How the Spurs are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they're just always there because they know how to manufacture runs and they pitch well.
Yeah.
Then you add what Goldsmith and Nero Arenado is doing in that middle of the lineup.
And you got Arenado over there in the hot corner you get nothing over there.
Yeah.
He's the best third baseman I've ever seen in my life, bro. and I'm an A-Rod fan. Like bro, jeez, that man, he's a walking human highlight reel.
Nah, dude, he's the best defensive third baseman since Brooks Robinson. I don't even think it's close.
Dang.
I don't think it's even close. Like that dude, he just picks it there.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say, he did lose a game for them against the Mets early in the year.
He did.
That bad throw. I was just saying that for June.
Oh yeah.
That series,
series
when they threw it him.
I was at work when it happened. I heard it on the radio.
It was one of the most shocking things I've seen in a long time. I was like, he missed a routine throw like that. That just shows, like, even the best still make
everybody's
mistakes.
human. But he does something. But then he does something superhuman. Like he did something last year. Freaking ball down the line, dives for it, gets it, gets up to one knee, and still makes the throw across the. I'm looking at my TV like, wait, what?
Yeah,
huh?
That was I think it was against the Rays when they played in Interleague. He had some kind of ridiculous play on a slow roller down the third base line. I think he wasn't even looking and threw the guy. It was nuts. Like, I've never seen anything like that from a third baseman. Like,
I think you see, and now because he was doing this at Colorado, we knew that. But remember, he was playing on some bad teams at Colorado. You know, they probably made the playoff, I think, one time while he was there. But and I think that was a wild card. But now that he's on a good team like the Cardinals, it really showcased, you know, even though he was, like I said, he was getting gold gloves in Colorado, it really showcased what this dude really about. And he's definitely one of the top guys. And
he has the bat to match it.
Yeah.
Yo, who last week? Was it last week they played the Dodgers or 2 weeks ago? It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
And everybody know Tony Gosselin is one to the All-Star game. He didn't look like one of the best pitchers in baseball, but he was one of the best pitchers in the NL. Yo,
undefeated.
Yo, now Arenado, I forgot what he threw him a fastball. Arenado smashed that ball. I'm like, yo. And I'm like, man, this dude is really good, man. What he do, yo? It's just not the glove with him too. He got the bat to go with it.
Good bat too, but
he got the bat.
But look at what the Cardinals did. They took two guys from the NL West that weren't going to be re-signed by their former team. So now you got two corner infielders. You got Goldschmidt and Arenado.
Yeah,
they make good business decisions. This is why they're so good.
Yeah,
they make these good decisions. You know. Yeah, they had to give up some decent prospects, but your farm system's that good that you're just bringing up guys anyway. So
I'm telling you, I feel like they get a name every year that come for the farm system. I'm like,
you also know what it is too. It's the fact that they play pretty much off their prestige and their legacy. You know, like, all right, think about it. You got the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Mets. Can you really think of another big market team outside of St. Louis? You know what I'm saying? So now you could go talk to the Goldschmidts and the Arenado, like, look, the Yankees, you know, they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? And we understand you want to get up out of Arizona. We got the money, and they always seem to come up with the money too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, they got the money. I mean, the dude owns Anheuser-Busch. Like, Budweiser's what, the top selling beer in the country?
Yeah.
But not just that, it's a baseball town. So these guys love going there anyway. So they're gonna take a discount to go there because they know they're gonna get other opportunities besides baseball. And not just that, you're basically competing with the St. Louis Blues. That's it. And you know the Cardinals, unless the Blues are in the Cup Finals, I mean, everybody's about the Cardinals there.
Yeah. Right. I agree.
Like the best thing that happened to that area was taking the football team out.
Out, yeah.
For the Cardinals, that was the best thing that happened was moving the Rams to LA for that.
Yeah. Definitely giving them more attention to the baseball team. All right, so y'all know tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. When is the trade deadline? I definitely had it.
Sunday, right?
Sunday. I think.
Is it Sunday?
Let me hold on. I had it up to there too. I think it is Sunday though.
August 2nd, actually.
August 2nd. So we got a couple more weeks.
We got
August 2nd, yeah, at 6 p.m.
Good.
So, and these are the names that's been, circulating around as players that's gonna get moved during the trade deadline. Now, which player would you mostly like to see on your team?
I mean, I'll let Stacks go first because he probably got the same guy.
Juan Soto. What are you talking about? Like, huh?
It's everybody has that. I mean, that's our aspiration.
Yeah, it's one. But the thing is it's not. There's also the dark horse of the New York Mets.
Mr. Cohen, yeah.
And these are the teams that's probably making an offer for this, the home run derby king. So they say the Mets.
I don't see the White Sox happening at all. If they trade them to the White Sox, it's out of spite.
Yeah, and the Dodgers are not scared to make the move.
I don't know, man. It sounds like the White Sox are trying to get Joey Gallo. So
why though? Why?
Change of scenery. They need a good defensive outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Gallo, man. That just.
And what sucks is next year when there's no shift. If he can at least put the bat on the ball, he's gonna
be killing it.
So back to the guys being traded.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Benintendi was going to go to Yankees, but the whole vaccine status is going to kill that because they got to go to Toronto twice.
Oh man!
And that's the other thing. I don't think Mancini's another one. I don't think that can go to Toronto because he had cancer.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was able to get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going by just this picture, after watching him like a little more the other day, Castillo, man.
Castillo. I thought one y'all was gonna bitch him. He put a performance on at the stadium, man, when he was here. Castillo definitely got some, ace type stuff.
Doesn't get rattled.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
The anti Sonny Gray.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the anti-Cueto.
Yeah.
Contreras, man, who y'all see him landed? I don't think he stays with the Cubs.
It depends. It depends on what prospects they get in return. I mean, they could move him. I would like to see Seattle go for him because their catching production hasn't been great. Yeah. They're starting Cale Riley right now.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the guy to get for them. You think you want to see that team get put over the edge? Get him because that dude is a good player.
Word.
I was going to say maybe as far as Wilson Contreras, probably Cleveland. Cleveland sounds like a good destination for him also.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. If Seattle can get Wilson Contreras, that's a big boost to an already hot team.
Yeah. Another name from the Nationals. Nationals looking like they want to give everybody up. I hear Nelson Cruz, Josh Bell, and Soto. These guys they looking to get rid of. Nelson Cruz, a veteran hitter. When he got a hot bat. I'm trying to see where he will fit at. Probably a Cleveland too. Cleveland. I think Minnesota. Do you think Minnesota need a bat or another pitcher to battle with the White Sox and the Cleveland?
The thing with Minnesota, I feel like they're so injury prone. A lot of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably good to have him as like a DH for their squad.
You know my answer, man. When it comes to pitching and hitting, pitching is always number one priority. Pitching always beats good hitting. I would say they need pitching for me because again, he did say there's a lot of injuries, but injuries really don't matter when you can win a game 1-0.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they need more bullpen help, I think, than starters.
Yeah, they fall apart in like the 6th, 7th inning.
Yeah, like if they can get one of these bullpen dudes from a crappy team.
I think they lost. I remember a couple of weeks ago they lost like 2 of them games to the Orioles in the 8th and 9th inning. To the Orioles. Orioles came back on them and beat them. So yeah, they could definitely use some bullpen guys if they can, man. So let's see, man. It's gonna be interesting come the trade deadline. See what these teams do. All right, so I think you posted this, Joe, a couple of weeks ago in the chat.
Yeah, hell yeah. Those are my guys right there.
That's Roddy Tellez and
Roddy Tellez. You forgot to put Christian Kirk up there, man.
Oh, Alejandro Kirk, hell yeah.
Yeah, Alejandro Kirk.
So you see these guys all the time in baseball, right? In the past couple of years. Who's your favorite big guy of all time?
It's not even what? You automatically think of 2 people. You think of Pablo Sandoval.
Okay, Panda.
And you think of Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo Colon is the most exciting fat man to watch play baseball I've ever seen.
He's not fat anymore, just so you know.
Oh, nah?
He dropped like 50 pounds.
Oh, wow. Jeez, I need to see a picture.
It's like CC transformation, man.
Oh.
Now, my favorite big dude, Cecil Fielder, man. Cecil and Prince.
Okay.
Yeah,
those are my 2 large guys right there. Those are my boys. I love Cecil Fielder.
Bro. Jeez.
Yeah.
I love Cecil Fielder back in the day.
Yo, the Mets had a young dude, an Asian dude, years ago. And he was a catcher for them. Benny Agbayani.
Benny Agbayani, the Hawaii.
Yeah.
Outfielder.
Yeah. And it was another pitcher. Oh my God.
Oh, pitchers. There's big dudes all over. Come on, Rich Garces was one of them.
Oh no, I can't get my head.
Jose Alvarado is one of those guys. Jumbo Diaz. You always see pitchers like that. Bob Wickman was a big dude.
Definitely was.
Hey man, and this is partially true. And just in all sports, because we can always think of a big dude who is killing somebody who's in tip-top shape. Like, look at Tyson Fury. He's built like freaking like a bag of milk. You know what I'm saying? But jeez.
Yeah. So I think we posted down like now. We got to post this and talk about our favorite big guys and baseball for sure. So after the home run derby, right? This documentary.
I've watched it 3 times already.
Oh man. And my man E just actually, I don't know if he's still watching. Was asking any of y'all seen the captain yet?
I see that it just popped up.
Of course, if you're a baseball guy, baseball fan, you have no other choice but to watch this documentary. And the first episode already I had a respect for Derek Jeter already. He's the one. Actually, I'm a Mets fan, but Derek Jeter had me start watching baseball because that's when I started watching baseball around that time, 96, 97, when he got the call up in 95, to come up. So, and Derek Jeter was for some reason, when he came up that year, I felt like he was the face of baseball already. That was only his first year. But that's all we saw in New York at that time too. The Yankees was just getting better, at that time. And they was talking highly about Derek Jeter, in the farm system. So And it just show you that, you know, all great players go through a struggle in life, man. You know, it ain't just they wake up and it was just great, man. And you see that he wanted to quit when he was down there. So I don't know what's y'all thoughts about the captain so far. The second episode is showing
Thursday tomorrow
night. So what's your thoughts about it? Y'all Yankees fans, so I know y'all jacked up about this.
Listen, man. Mm-hmm. This is by far, and this is off of one episode, by far my favorite sports documentary.
Oh man!
I've ever seen.
Wow!
By far. You know why? Yo, listen. And I'm saying that because it captures everything. Like how you have to be borderline narcissistic. Like, can you imagine me as a kid coming up to you saying, I'm going to be the shortstop of the New York Yankees? As a kid, you know what I'm saying? And it happened exactly how he planned it. Yeah. And then he would say, like, teachers would be like, yo, nah, I think it's unrealistic. And he'll be like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do something realistic.
I think he said that. I think that was his exact words, right, in the documentary.
Yeah, like,
fuck you, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Just because it don't work out for you, don't mean it's not gonna work out for me. You're you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, just,
you know what was interesting about that when they showed the draft, and oh my god, a draft back then it looked so crazy. But how he fell to the Yankees that year,
and he didn't even know he picked sixth.
Mm-mm.
And what's funny, the guy who got picked before him by the Reds, alumni of UCF.
Wow.
He went to UCF. That's something I got from him. I didn't realize that. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize I was the guy picked before him.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, other than that, like, the first episode was cool. It was just, I knew all this stuff already. So it was kind of like, I'm waiting for the more episodes to come out. Because a lot of this stuff I knew already.
Yeah.
That's the problem with being such a big Yankee, you know.
I knew most of this. I knew pretty much all this too, but it's just reliving it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because 95, I was 7 years old.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Older,
yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I was just starting to go to Yankee games. My grandpa was just starting to take me to Yankee games and things like that. You know, so it's like now, it's like watching. What do I usually compare that like older now? Seinfeld. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I never understood the hoopla of Seinfeld, but now as an adult, Seinfeld is the funniest thing in the world.
Is it?
It's because for me, it's hilarious.
Oh, then I gotta check it out. Check it out.
The dry humor is hilarious. But anyway, just me reliving it as like, damn, I remember that. Oh, I remember watching this on TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? Watching Don Mattingly's last game. And Ken Griffey Jr. slide in the home plate. Like, I'm like,
I can't even watch that without tearing up. I'm 35 years old and I still can't watch that without getting teary eyed.
It was bittersweet for me because I love the kid, and it's just like
Don Mattingly was my guy, man. So for them to lose on his last, and he knew he was going out, it's still heartbreak for me. I can't even watch it to this day. I have to turn away from the TV. That I can't watch, and I can't watch Luis Gonzalez hit. Those are the two things I got to turn away from the
TV. And that's what caught my eye too. That that run that they started making, and they started getting better. Then the strike happened. That ended the season. Then then they made that playoff. That was a wild card. It wasn't a wild card. It was a divisional round, right?
Whoa.
I played Seattle, right?
We were the ALDS. We were the wild card, and the Mariners won the division on a 1-game playoff against the Angels.
And how that series went down and everything. I didn't. You see, like I said, I started watching baseball like in 96, 97. So I didn't know that's what catapulted. Jeter playing the following year and getting them young players up and when they interviewed the old
players, that's another. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
When they interviewed the boss, and he's like, that's why I'm happy that we brought the young players up here to watch this. And it's things like that makes championship teams too, because you got to go through something, to get to where you want to be at, and it was all them young players, Derek Jeter, and like I don't like to bring. I know you say you don't like to see that, but and watching them sitting there, after losing to the Mariners, and like, damn, they really wanted it. They really wanted it. They definitely really wanted it, man.
I thought it just said a lot about his character. The fact that he was so pissed off they lost. He didn't even play in the ALDS. I think the only one of those young guys that was on the roster was Posada, and I remember him pinch running in the game. Oh, that was his only action. He pinch ran for somebody. Jorge Posada pinch ran for somebody in that series. But
ain't that bitch.
But something I did get from the documentary, it kind of made me sad, was seeing Gerald Williams in that shape. Because he died in February, and they show he's Jeter's best friend. So like seeing him, it kind of broke my heart a little bit. But they showed there's a picture. It's Gerald Williams. It's Darryl Strawberry, it's Tony Fernandez, and it's Derek Jeter, all in the same picture. Who would have thought Darryl Strawberry would be one of the two guys alive in that picture right now?
Right. Wow, I didn't mean to say it like that, but
but I mean, I'm happy for Darryl. I love how he changed his life around.
Yeah,
but Darryl Strawberry, you know what?
But thinking about it back then, though,
I don't know the rating on this podcast, so I'm gonna keep that thought to myself. But man, I heard
in the group chat.
Yo, I've heard some Darryl Strawberry stories.
Me too,
bro. Yo.
Back in the 80s, man. Nothing else to do.
You ever watched the Doc and Darryl documentary?
Nah, I ain't watched
Watch that.
Okay.
You a Mets fan? Watch that.
All right.
That and Once Upon a Time in Queens. The 4-part series.
Yeah.
The 86 Mets. You got to watch both.
I think I watched that. The Once Upon a Time. I think I watched some of parts of it.
Yeah, there's 4 parts. You gotta, you a Mets fan, you gotta watch that, dude. I watched actually, since we're talking about sports documentaries, I actually watched a pretty good one the other day. I watched After Jackie, the story about the guys after Jackie Robinson, because Jackie gets all the hype, but it was a documentary. It was basically about a few guys from the Cardinals, Bill White, Curt Flood, and Bob Gibson. You just watching it, you see how influential a guy like Bill White is. Nobody ever talks about him. He's one of the most underrated people, like just baseball history for the importance.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Jackie Robinson, they say is the main, the most important black baseball player there's been, right? Well, second is Bill White.
I don't agree with that though.
What, the Jackie Robinson?
Yeah. No, I never did.
No, but I'm saying that's what the documentary says. I'm just saying, I'm going by what the documentary says. But you got the other side of it, of people who love the Negro Leagues, and they say he's the worst thing that's happened to black baseball because he took those teams away because he integrated it. So you got, it's a discussion for another time.
I heard stories about that too.
So if you get a chance, it's on demand. I'm sure whatever cable company or whatever, watch that documentary because everybody talks about Jackie, but there's other guys that are important.
Yeah.
And, I love Bob Gibson. I had the pleasure of meeting him before. So seeing him in that documentary, he died. They must have filmed it before he died a couple of years ago. So
yeah, so definitely tomorrow night. Check out part 2 of The Captain. If y'all ain't watch it yet, it's definitely a good. Or the first part was definitely a good one. And I just seen like little sneak peeks. The A-Rod, the beef between A-Rod, that was interesting to see.
And that's why I say if it goes how I think it's gonna go, and I'm a big movie buff, and I'm like, all right, well, Spike Lee produced this. This is probably going to be one of the greatest sports documentaries of because I see like there's so much you got to tackle. First off, his roster of again, all right, let me say this politically correct. Yes, his roster of women that he's had is immaculate. Top notch. You don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
No.
You don't, bro. Like that's crazy. But and then you also got to look at like just the certain moments in time. Like you got 9/11. You've got the side toss against the freaking athletics. Like it's so much stuff that it's so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then and I also want to hear when he lost to the Red Sox. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much stuff that you got to tackle in that, and
that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to hear more of the behind the scenes stuff with him. Yeah, because he's such a private and dull person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, he's one of the most boring human beings I've ever seen. Like, as an interview, so like, I want to see him open up a little bit just to get his insight because he always was He's the robot. He was a freaking robot in interviews, or when he spoke, he was a damn robot. So I want to see him open up and talk, because I know he talks shit.
Yeah,
that's what they say. They say, "Oh, he's such a funny guy," or whatever. Well, I hope to see in this documentary because,
just hearing when he cursed out his teacher, I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
no, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not you.
Like, that doesn't even sound like something the captain would do.
All right. We head into the second half of the season. And how many times y'all playing the Astros? I thought you play a team 7 times in the season. Like,
well, it is. They've been like, we played them. What was it? 4 games in New York.
Yeah.
And then it's 4 games in Houston. So what happened was we played them. We played them the one game. Remember, because we were supposed to play them when the lockout was going on.
Oh.
So they had to fill them in because they don't go out there again. So they played that one random game in Houston a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Now they got to play 2 games in freaking Houston tomorrow, and then fly overnight to Baltimore to play that the next day.
That's crazy.
And I think they got to catch one more game, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn, that's crazy. I've seen that. I'm like, why I feel like they played each other like 10 times already? Because the game's been so good between both teams. Yeah, it's just, I'm like,
tomorrow's a big game. 2 big games tomorrow.
2 big games. Definitely 2 big games. So what are y'all expecting from the Yankees the second half of the season? They got a 13-game lead over Boston, right? Over Boston right now. Look like they ain't gonna be, Boston ain't looking like they're catching them.
I'm gonna tell you what.
And it shows in the last
series. I think Boston's selling at the deadline. I think they're gonna become sellers. Now that they lost Sale, I think they're gonna become sellers because the talks that are going out from there, they need to rebuild their outfield stat. Jackie Bradley Jr. is a great fielder, but the dude can't hit anymore. You're playing Christian Arroyo in right field. You have Jarren Duran coming up. Like, not just that, the stuff I'm hearing about Bogarts and Devers, apparently they're not going to re-sign them, so you might as well ship them out, get something back. I'm pretty sure this is Bogarts' walk year, right?
It is.
Get something for Bogarts. Do it now.
Devers due for a contract, right?
Devers is, I think, a year later or 2 years. Mm-hmm. But they already said they're not paying Devers, not even what Matt Olson's getting.
Oh, wow.
Actually, Boston's in 4th place.
Yeah, because they've been on a slide. I think it's the Yankees, it's Toronto.
It's the Yankees,
Tampa, Toronto, and Baltimore.
Boston, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Baltimore might pass them soon in a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only a game back from them.
Yeah, so I'm saying Boston, if Boston wants to be smart and Hein Bloom wants to be smart, they should be sellers.
I hear JD Martinez's names and trade. We didn't mention him earlier, but his name's been mentioned too.
I think he's lost his power.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking you did all that to get Trevor Story. Just you did. I know. Trevor, you did all that to get Trevor Story out of Colorado, just to turn it to Colorado again.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's what it's looking like.
And them signing Story is why they're not bringing back Bogarts.
All right. Yeah.
His Story's gonna go right back to shortstop.
Yeah. Definitely could look at that too. So yeah, so y'all start off with the Houston Astros, then Baltimore. I know the Mets. We started with the Padres, a big series against the Padres.
A nice one. That's a juicy series.
Yes, on Friday. So, we get it going, man. I know DeGrom. I know he had some couple of rehab starts.
They pushed him back a couple days to his next start.
Yeah,
I think he had some kind of discomfort, but it was nothing to be worried about.
Shoulder. Yeah, they said it was a slight.
Well, he hasn't really pitched in a year, so you can't really blame the guy.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's going to. It sounds like there's a chance that he returns against the Yankees on the 26th. Yeah, so they're saying he might come back to 26 because we have the Mets. The Yankees and Mets play after the Yankees go to play Baltimore at home next weekend.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to definitely be interesting. A lot of people will be looking into that since both teams are one of the top two teams in the league, man. Well, another welcoming sight is Scherzer, man. Scherzer's been since came back, man, been lights out. I think. Oof. In 3 games, I think he only gave up like 1 walk. Man, about over 25 strikeouts in 3 games. So he pretty much picked up where he left off from before the injury, man. So I feel like the Mets should add another arm, even though Taijuan Walker been having a decent season, and I just don't know with DeGrom. I just don't know with DeGrom, with the injury history. I just feel like they should be in the market for another arm, man, add to that rotation. Because Tyler McGill been in and out the lineup. Carrasco, like I mentioned, he's up and down. We get a Saya potential Carrasco. Then the next game, he's giving up back-to-back home runs, back-to-back home runs to the Houston Astros. So, I don't know. So,
what about a guy like Montas? Trade for a guy like him.
Yeah, I would love to have him.
So you don't have to empty. So you don't have to empty the farm for Castillo.
Yeah.
Get a Montas. You'll probably be able to work something out to re-sign him long term.
Yeah.
Because I mean, not to sound pessimistic, but Scherzer's up there in age.
Yeah.
And DeGrom's about to opt out. So why not load it so you're not losing something?
So
DeGrom's not going to get the money he expects to get.
No. He's brittle, man.
Yeah, he's not going to get what he thinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah. But that's pretty much it. If y'all got anything else to talk about, that's pretty much it.
You missed my old school versus new school baseball. I watched a video.
Oh, you did
on how things are different from old school versus all right. So again, like I told you guys. Did I tell you guys in the chat about when I did when hitting BP with my grandfather.
That was awesome. That was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, you did tell us. Yeah.
So, too bad I'm still sad you didn't get your McDonald's,
bro. Yo,
that's tragic.
No, you get nothing. There was no easy wins, bro.
But I was hoping you got some kind of contact.
Nah, nothing. No, I didn't. Man, it's just so when I watched the video, there was the issue with bat flipping and home run trotting, right? And back in the day, if you bat flipped, either you were going to get hit or your man's next up is going to get hit.
What they call it, the baseball written rules?
That's what unwritten rules.
Unwritten rules, yeah.
So what is it that you think about that? Because now that's not happening. Like now the bat flip is just everywhere. So, do you agree with the unwritten rules? There's also unwritten rules like if the team is up 6 runs and you're up 3-0 in the count.
Oh yeah,
you don't swing. You don't swing for the fences
because of Tatis a couple years ago.
And I was like, I knew about it, but it's like, come on.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough because I can see both sides of it. Like, you don't know if a team's going to come back on you.
Exactly.
We've seen the Mariners give up 11-run lead in 2001 to Cleveland.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was on Sunday Night Baseball. I remember that. But then it's like I could also see a team just wanting to go home. Like, see, I guess it just depends on if they put in mass subs. Like, you put in back, if you're putting defensive replacements and stuff like that, or if a fielder is pitching.
But then they hit.
I know, I get it. Like, I'm cool with whatever. Like, I don't get butthurt if some, but I guess it depends on the person. But we're getting away from the old unwritten rules, though. You can tell,
But Stacks, you think it's the managers that still have that?
Yeah,
it's still the managers.
It's not
because
the players.
Tatis's manager was the one who made him apologize,
and he got fired.
Tatis didn't even know.
Cost him his job, though.
Tatis didn't even know. He's like, "What the hell am I apologizing for?" But it's just, you know what I'm saying. But I do understand it though. Like, I was taught, if you're gonna hit a home run and you're gonna look at it, just know you're getting one in the ribs next time up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like now it's like,
right? Jazz did something this year that didn't like he did.
Jazz always does something. He
but it was his own team
to the plate. Like, what are you talking?
But the problem was it was his teammates that had the issue with it.
He was up. What was it? A 3. He had a 3-0 count, and he swung for the fences.
And swung for the fences,
and he hit it, and he hit a home run.
And Mattingly didn't even. That was the thing. Mattingly didn't even care. It was his own teammates that got pissed off about it, and they had to have a team meeting. Mattingly called, and Mattingly didn't even care. Like, if somebody's gonna be old school and would care, it would be Mattingly. He didn't even give a damn.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not showing up but see, these guys aren't doing it to show up the pitcher be an asshole. They're doing it to just have fun with it.
Entertainment, to add entertainment to baseball. Right?
Listen, nobody's watching the freaking game, so they want to get people in the seats. Mike Trout might be your best player in the game, but the dude is as bland as Jeter was.
Yeah,
you need entertainment. You need a guy like World Baseball Classic 2017 Baez and Correa.
Mm-hmm.
You need those kind of, you saw what they were doing in the World Baseball Classic the last time. They were all doing it. I mean,
no power and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fun. We like to have fun. We're not freaking business here anymore, man.
Yeah,
it's not a bunch of shirt and tie guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, put some flavor in the game. There's a ton of guys that have fun. Like, you see how much fun it is in the World Baseball Classic. That's why we love it so much.
Yeah,
because you see their personalities. It's like with baseball, these dudes have no personalities
because they're taught not to do it.
They're groomed like that.
Whenever I hear, and not even to make it racial, but whenever I hear old school ways, my mind automatically goes to white. What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? How old school are we talking?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why when I see Tim Andersons and the Acuñas and the
No, I'm saying but he has fun out there. Like,
he does.
He is like a brother in that sense. Like, with the goofy hair and the pearl necklace. They have fun. That's that brings the clubhouse together.
You know what I'm saying? So, but then there's another rule with pitchers. You know what I'm saying? Like, pitchers hold grudges, and I didn't even know. Reggie, I don't know if you know the pitcher, but Reggie Jackson had a beef with this one pitcher, and it's like they had four times. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like
they fought after a home run, right? He hit a bomb, and then I think he chased.
They started talking greasy around the bases,
and then they fought after he crossed the plate,
and then squared up.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I just feel like the new school baseball is definitely fun to watch.
Mhm.
It's just like how like players like Javi Baez and especially
Bryce
the World
Harper.
Baseball Classic. Yeah,
Bryce Harper.
Yo, Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's a dick, but I love watching him play.
Yeah.
No, but you know what?
He bring attitude to baseball.
He's all about hustle and playing hard, but he has fun out there.
Yeah.
He has fun though.
Mhm.
He gets hyped. He generally likes helping his team.
Yeah.
Like, and we've seen that. Like, you can't hate a guy for loving to help his team.
Mhm.
Like, look at the freaking Yankees. When all right, I know we hate Joey Gallo for how he plays for the Yankees, but when he hits a home run, that team loves him.
Yeah.
And they celebrate like they just won the World Series with the guy.
They know the
Because
pressure
they
that
love
he's
the
going
guy.
through.
It just sucks that he can't perform.
Yeah.
But
They know he's going through that New York media pressure, man.
that's why it started a few years ago. Like the Yankees, like not being so tight-lipped. Like, remember last year, Luke Voigt was hitting bombs and doing the Stone Cold Steve Austin in the dugout. Like, that's fun, man.
Yeah. And you know, it's for me, I just feel like they don't like the hot dog. I guess they call it hot dog and culture.
Yeah.
But it's like most of these people, well, for me, growing up in the tri-state area, that's just how we were.
Yeah.
In any sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to talk greasy, but we still want to play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah. That's something we could definitely talk about more, man, on the next episode, man. Because there's a lot more unwritten rules that we didn't even mention.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. I know they got a book on it. So we definitely could chime on that next episode, man. But this ends, Off the Basis podcast. I want to thank my man Jay and Joe for always tuning in, man. We got a great second half of the season coming up. It's definitely gonna be interesting, especially when both teams are right in the thick of things. So usually my season, the past couple of years, usually ended before the All-Star break, but I could talk baseball now. So I'm happy. I'm soup. I just can't wait to see what's ahead of us in the second half of the season. So like we always on every other week. I'm trying to aim to start doing this every week. So I don't know if y'all ready for that. I will talk about it, but
yeah, let's discuss it first because
yeah, definitely. But we're gonna do that every other week for right now.
For sure, yeah.
But yeah, man, we want to thank everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, on Apple, Spotify, that's listening to us right now. Want to thank y'all too. So we'll be back on in 2 weeks on Off the Basis podcast. So shout out to the Sand Sports Network for having us, and that's pretty much it. Anything y'all got to say before we head out, fellas?
Nah, man, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Watch that documentary, both of you.
Yes.
Watch that after Jackie. God, I want to hear about it in the chat.
All right, yeah. Deuces. We out. Good night.
Later, guys. Peace out, guys.